Welcome back to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Today's episode, powered by Hayabusa, is all about 5 different things that make a great kickboxing and mixed martial arts gym. Alright, in today's episode, we're going to talk and have a discussion on what makes a good kickboxing and mixed martial arts gym. A lot of times you might be new and you're trying to discover what makes one gym good, what makes another gym bad. But there's simple things, and I know a lot of people look at the coach, right? The coach is a very important aspect of the gym. It creates the environment, right? But if they're a world champion versus not a world champion, does it help? Yes, but if you're a beginner, right, it doesn't really matter the level of your coach sometimes. It's more about how the curriculum and things are set up. So, am I saying, does having a world championship coach help? Absolutely it does. But I'm going to focus on 5 different things you need to focus on, okay? And especially now, with everybody seeming to open up gyms, there's different levels of what a champion is versus good coach and bad coaches. And some of the best coaches in the world weren't necessarily fighters. So, let's break down the 5 different things that make a good gym. Now, the first thing, there has to be some form of curriculum. Right? Just like all the schooling you've done in this world, right? There is a system of curriculum, right? You have to know what you're learning. If you're coming in your first day and you're learning spinning back kicks and you're in sparring, you're not learning the basics. There has to be some sort of curriculum being taught. So for example, here at Bazooka Kickboxing, we have levels. There's a beginner program, which is called our co-ed kickboxing. We have an intermediate level as well as an advanced. You have to have a set of skills to be able to advance to the next level, okay? I'm not going to break down what those are, but just the fact that there is a level for you to progress to and get better, right? That's school, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. Even in all other traditional martial arts and Taekwondo, you have your yellow belt, right? Then we go to green, then we go to blue, then we have red. So there is levels in progression, and each time you progress, there's more and advanced skill sets that you need to learn, okay? So there has to be some form of curriculum built in. Now, the second thing, like as I mentioned, is the levels, all right? On your first day, it's very important you have some sort of assessment. Some people, and again, experience here from Bazooka Kickboxing, think they have more experience than they actually do. Playing around with your friends in the schoolyard doesn't count as martial arts training, okay? And a lot of the people, oh, I've had so many street fights in my life that I'm experienced. No. Okay? Everyone who knows who's come in, as soon as they start learning the punch, they realize they know nothing about martial arts. So if you're serious about learning and getting a good gym, you need to make 1, curriculum, and 2, they have that level and that progression for you to get better. There's basic skills that need to be advanced in order to get better. Now, once you're in your classes, okay, how long does it take to get to more of the sparring level? And that's what people want to do. So this third point to me is very important. Now, when I'm watching an advanced or an intermediate program at other gyms, I have to see a focus on defense. Defense is a huge part of the game. Now, most times you see pad work, okay, it looks great. You see offensive sparring drills. But a team and a coach that really focus on defense, I feel really progresses really well. You have to learn. And even in this curriculum here at Bazooka, which I'm going to reference, even in our beginner program, you're learning the basics of defense. What is a parry? How to head guard? How to basically move your head? That's half of martial arts, hitting and not getting hit. So a good gym and a good program is going to put emphasis on defense. All right. Now, point 4 is going to be sparring drills. Now, a lot of people and a lot of fighters I know, they gain experience through fighting. All right? They have to have 50 fights before they learn certain concepts, where I think you can learn a lot. You can have less fights and still learn a lot by having good sparring drills, right? So sparring drills is very important. You have to break down fighting, which is a big thing, right? Break it down and train into small sequences. Are we training long range, mid range, short range? Each range has different concepts, different skill sets that you have to learn, progress, and get better with, okay? So having that sparring drills to do it. And again, under that whole sparring drill section, I'm going to add in good training partners, right? You need to have people around you. It's the community that the gym has. Now, if you go into a gym where everybody just wants to fight and kill each other, it might be good for competition, but what are you really learning? There's so many partners I've had in my career where I don't want to train with them because they go too hard. That's not what we're here for. So having the right training partners in the environment. Your coach should be stopping all the hard headshots in sparring. That's the number 1 thing. If you see people going hard, right, there's no headshots, right? We need to protect our heads, learn the skills, and be able to get better that way. That's why I always reference like a good coach, like me personally, before I only had 11 amateur fights, and before I got signed to Glory, I had 7 professional fights. So I didn't have the experience, but I came from a good gym and a good coach that gave me all of these necessary skills. I didn't need 100 fights. The guys I fought had 100 fights, where I only had 10. Right? So I had the skills and the knowledge based in my training, okay, to allow me to fight these guys with main experience, okay? So sparring drills, training partner, very important. Now, the 5th point, which is very important to me because before I opened Bazooka Kickboxing, I was a high school teacher, and I taught high school for about 9 to 10 years. So I learned a lot about teaching, classroom management. So that is very important to me. So in a classroom, if there's students talking, not following the drills, some people are here, you need to have good control and good classroom management. Now, with martial arts, I'm always a big believer, and it's a little bit different than your fitness kickboxing, than your cardio, good life, and LA fitness classes, right? Inside a martial arts gym, it's something special. It's spiritual. There's a lot of, mindset and spirituality in here. So there has to be that discipline and that respect issue that has to be instilled, right? I think that's one of the most important, where a lot of old school martial artists had that training, where now with kickboxing and MMA, we lost the traditional side of the martial arts, but having a coach which, make sure everyone's listening and the structure is very important. Now, even within this class structure, the importance of units, right? When you're in school, we had different units. Unit 1 was this, Unit 2 was this, Unit 3 is that. And that's the way you have to learn in order to get better. If you're going to a kickboxing class in 1 week, and day 1 you learned boxing, day 2 you learned low kicks, day 3 you learned knees, day 4 you learned elbows, day 5 you're never really learning the skill. You're practicing it one day, learning something else the next day, so there's no real progression happening. So it's really important. So when I teach, for example, especially my advanced fighters, there has to be a block, right? There's a unit that we're following. So the unit might be a week, might be 2 weeks, might be 3 weeks, and it all changes depending on fights, and so you really have to think about it. But having a curriculum helps because you can understand and kind of move things around to be able to make it work. But if you're going to work your boxing, work it for a couple days, work it for a week. Let your athletes and let's see people improve before you jump on to the next skill. So units and breakdowns, okay? So that's 5 for you to remember. And then there's so many different ones. Again, the physical side of the gym, the cleanliness, so many things we can talk about, but I think these are the most important when you really break things down, right? Look at the curriculum. Maybe even on your first day, kind of ask your coaches at the gym and say like, hey, what do I need to progress to the next level? And they should have these answers, right? So again, the reference here at Bazooka, beginning. As a beginner, you're going to have to know all your single strikes, basic combinations, and a basic understanding of defense. Then, when you go to intermediate, okay, you already know how to block. I don't have to teach you how to block in an intermediate class because you learned it. Now we introduce sparring drills, and then when you get to an advanced class, you can start the sparring, the fighting, the competition. So have those levels and different types of curriculum you need in each level, okay? That to me is important. To you, it might be the workout itself, but if you're a serious mixed martial artist or a kickboxer wanting to progress, wanting to learn, wanting to take the curriculum and everything serious, you have to ask these questions. Or what you have to do is go right now to bazookatraining.com and you can get a coach that actually has the lessons broken down for you, okay? So that's bazookatraining.com, all lessons taught by me, and we have 4 different sections even in the website. We have home workouts where, again, I'm teaching you full Bazooka curriculum without any equipment, okay? Just as little space on your house. I have bag workouts, so if you have a water bag or a hanging bag at home or gym, I have a whole lesson and curriculum for you to learn. I have tutorials and as well as sparring drills. So no matter what equipment or training partners you have workout, you have curriculum, and it breaks down the levels for you. Okay, that's bazookatraining.com, and that's less than $10 a month for you to jump on. And we also have Perfect Sports Nutrition and Hayabusa for sponsoring the channel, all linked in the description below. So make sure you like, subscribe, share Bazooka Kickboxing with your friends, and we'll see you next time here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Welcome to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA online training. I'm Bazooka Joe Valtellini, the owner here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Over the past year, I've designed and created a website to teach Bazooka curriculum at home and across the world. The purpose of this website is for you to, 1, hit your fitness and health goals, all while learning world-class martial arts instruction from me. The beautiful thing about this website, it's geared for all levels. So if you're learning martial arts for the first time as a beginner, we help you progress into the bigger stages. And if you're a pro fighter, guess what? We have different fight concepts for you to improve your tool set and your skills in the ring or cage. As the fastest rising kickboxing world champion and a lifelong martial artist with over 30 years of experience, I've been able to combine my passion for martial arts and teaching to create this website. This website's gonna give you some of the tricks, secrets, and inside look at some of the training I use to win my world title. Once you subscribe to this site, you're gonna be getting weekly training videos and tutorials that you can do from anywhere. The sections are broken up into 3 parts. The first is bag workout. So if you have a bag at home or at your gym, you can use these workouts to supplement your training. The second is at-home workouts. A lot of us don't have the room for a bag or a bag in general, so these workouts are for no equipment needed and you can do them anywhere. And finally, the tutorial section. If you're having any problems with a specific technique or fight concept that's covered in any of the workouts, go to the tutorial section, learn the technique, and then go back to the workout, and this time, do it with proper technique. One of the added benefits once you subscribe is the forums section, where you can get a more personalized experience where you can ask questions and I'll be able to go in there and answer them. It's all about building a team and a community of martial artists helping each other grow. So subscribe now to get access to all the videos plus more so you can be part of the squad here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA.